Dear viewers and listeners of Madani channel, it's a dream of everyone to live a very, very peaceful and harmonious life. If you want to live your life with peace and tranquility, be pleased with Allah's distribution. Be pleased with what Almighty Allah has granted you. Whatever has been written for you, whatever Almighty Allah has planned for you, by Allah, no one can stop it. And whatever is not in your destiny, by Allah, no one can give that to you. So be pleased with Almighty Allah's distribution. Instead of looking at what Almighty Allah has granted others, look at what Almighty Allah is granting you every day and every night. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in one hadith pak that when you look at someone or when you see someone who is better than you in beauty and the wealth, then look at someone who is lower than you in these things. Dear viewers of Madani channel, if you look at yourself, you will find yourself better than many others. Almighty Allah has blessed you with eyes, but you will find people around you who are blind. You can walk, but many people are paralyzed. They are crippled. They can't walk. You can see, you can walk, you can do whatever you want to do. You fill your stomach nicely and sleep with peace. But there are many people who sleep with hunger on the pavement. Even if Almighty Allah granted you very less, still you must be very, very grateful to Almighty Allah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in one hadith pak, one who is pleased with little sustenance from Almighty Allah, Almighty Allah will be pleased with his little deeds too on the day of judgment. Look at the mercy of Almighty Allah. Dear viewers of Madani channel, how merciful Almighty Allah is, that if a person is pleased with him with a little sustenance with Almighty Allah granted him, on the day of judgment, Almighty Allah is going to be pleased with his little deeds too. So, my dear viewers of Madani channel, try to be pleased with Allah's distribution. Whatever Almighty Allah has granted you, you must always try to pay thank and be grateful to Almighty Allah.